Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media, and welcome to a brand new month of a brand new year. Happy New Year to everyone out there. I am very excited to see what is in store for this channel and everything else in 2024. This is the first Tuesday though, which means we have to talk about my anticipated releases of the month. So frankly, January, it's not the best month for us physical media collectors. Now, some might have a bunch of other things that they're looking forward to, but for myself, I wasn't able to come up with a whole lot. So there are no honorable mentions this month. I'm simply going to talk about my 5 most anticipated releases. So like always, we'll start with number 5 and then work down to my number 1 most anticipated release of January. Before we get into all that though, if you have a quick second, go ahead and hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into my 5 most anticipated releases of January 2024. So as always, I have my phone here where I have all of them listed and some notes on them. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. But coming in at number 5 this month is a gem, an MTV gem from 1996. This is Joe's Apartment. And this is actually getting the Warner Archives Collection treatment, which is, I don't know, kind of crazy to me. So this is a movie that I rented back on VHS when it hit in the Blockbusters back then. And I thought it was hilarious. Now, I did pick this one up on DVD because it was the best format available for it. I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I guess it was, but I never got around to watching it again. But now I will retire my Snapper Case DVD and I will pick up this Blu-ray because I really enjoyed this movie when I watched it back then. So hopefully it holds up pretty well. Now, that said, there are not a ton of special features on this. For some reason, there are like 2 WB shorts on here. They're both animated, which I have no idea how they're related to the movie at all, but maybe we will see. And then the real reason that you want this Blu-ray is because it is getting a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. So outside of that, there's not a whole lot going on with this disc, but it's Warner Archives. That typically is what we get with them, but it still should look awesome. And I'm just really excited that this is getting the Blu-ray treatment. The other weird thing about this one is that there's no price currently listed. Again, all of these prices are as of filming, but there's no price listed on Amazon for this right now. But I will mention that I found it on deepdiscount.com. That is $24.14 plus shipping. And then it's on Walmart's website for $26.88. So it's not the cheapest, especially for what feels like a bare bones release. But again, this is one that I've been waiting to get that HD treatment for a very long time. So fans of this MTV film from back in the day have this to look forward to. So this one comes out on January 30th from Warner. This is Joe's Apartment from 1996. Coming in at the number 4 slot this month is from the MVD Rewind collection, and this is the 4K portion of that collection. This is 1989's Cutting Class. So this is a movie that I have not seen before. Frankly, I'd never even heard of it before it was announced as part of the MVD Rewind collection. But this one comes out January 16th, like I said, on 4K, and it is also hitting Blu-ray. And this is one that I definitely want to grab at some point. Now, with these releases, like Swamp Thing and what was the other one? Totally blanking on what the other one was right now. I actually reviewed it too. Critters? Was it Critters? Whatever it was, I'm forgetting. But whatever that one was, they both ended up being a lot cheaper at Best Buy than they were on Amazon. Unfortunately, as most of you probably know, all of you probably know, Best Buy will no longer be carrying physical media in this new year. So I don't think that's going to be an option for us, which really stinks. So this is currently $39.99 on Amazon. Yeah, that's right. And so I don't know if this is one I'll grab right away or maybe hope for a bit of a sale on this down the road a little bit. Heck, maybe it'll drop by the time this one comes out on the 16th, but we will see. So this is getting the Dolby Dolby Vision and HDR10 treatment, plus it has an LPCM 2.0 mono audio track. So nothing more than that, but I'm sure that's what it was originally filmed with, and so that's probably what we're getting here. This is utilizing a 2018 4K restoration from the 35mm original film negative, so it should look really good. Plus it has a kill comparison featurette that's really short, like 3 or 4 minutes if I remember right. An alternate version of the film plus 2 interviews with 2 of the leads in the movie. So at least there are some things on this 4K release. So coming January 16th on 4K and Blu-ray, we have Cutting Class from 1989, and this one, like I said, is currently $39.99 on Amazon. Number 3 is one from Kino Lorber that I only ever had on DVD, but because it was a full-frame DVD, I ended up getting rid of it, so I don't own this one at all. But this is a movie I absolutely loved back in the 90s. We have Kindergarten Cop, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger from 1990. This one is hitting 4K on January 23rd, like I said, from Kino. So this is just really cool to see that Kino is giving this its full treatment. Cannot wait to grab this one. I loved this movie. I watched it over and over again when I was a kid. The ending always scared me with the way things were playing out because I was watching it when I was I was very young. But I love this one. It's so much fun. Have not seen this in quite some time now, but this is a great excuse to revisit this and give it another shot to see if it holds up all these years later. This one is getting a full Dolby Vision plus HDR10 color grading. It has a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 audio track, which looks to be new to this 4K release. It's according to Blu-ray.com. That audio option was not on the other Blu-rays, so that's pretty cool to see a new audio option here. And then on top of that, it has a new 4K scan from the original 35mm camera negative, plus there are a couple of audio commentary tracks on there. So you guys know I'm not a big audio commentary track guy, but at least there's something on this release. I would love for there to have been more, but unfortunately that's all we're getting with this one. So this is currently $27.99 on Amazon, and Kindergarten Cop hits on January 23rd from Kino on 4K. Number 2 this month is the only non-boutique label release, and it's one of the only new releases that I'll be talking about today. But coming on January 30th to Blu-ray from Sony Pictures is the Eli Roth horror film from 2023, Thanksgiving. Now, this is a movie that I actually went to go see in theaters with my buddy. I hadn't talked about it here on the channel at all. I just did it like maybe 2 weeks ago now, but I really enjoyed this. It was pretty much exactly what I was hoping it would be. Just a brutal, over-the-top, bloody, gory affair, and so much fun. So definitely excited to pick this one up. It does suck a little bit that this isn't getting a 4K release, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like 3 or 4 months from now that this is getting a 4K release. But in the meantime, I will grab this Blu-ray to support Eli Roth and this movie because I thought it was just a ton of fun. Now, this, of course, is the third, if I'm not mistaken, the third film from the Grindhouse, like the double feature of Planet Terror and Death Proof. In between those, if you went to see them in theaters, they had 5 fake trailers. And this is the third of them. The other ones being Hobo with a Shotgun, the second one being Machete, and then, of course, Thanksgiving. That means there's only 2 other ones that haven't been made into full films now. That is Rob Zombie's Werewolf Woman of the SS, I think it's called, and then Edgar Wright's Don't, I believe, is the last one. So hopefully those get a full release someday, because I think that would just be super cool to have all 5 of those fake trailers actually turn into real movies in the future. But anyway, all of that said, excited for this release. Now, this one does have some special features on the release, which is really cool to see. This has deleted and extended scenes, outtakes, a featurette on Eli Roth, plus 2 additional featurettes on the making of the film. So frankly, this one feels loaded compared to the other ones that we've been talking about today, which makes me very happy. I love Eli Roth. Cannot wait to grab this one. This again comes out on January 30th from Sony Pictures. It is currently $24.99 on Amazon. This is number 2, Thanksgiving. And then finally, number one, my most anticipated release of the month is going to Arrow Video with their release of The Conan Chronicles. And this one comes out on January 30th on 4K and Blu-ray, but it is the double feature of Conan the Barbarian from 1982 and Conan the Destroyer from 1984. This release just looks awesome. I cannot wait to get my hands on this one. I did pre-order it. Actually, I realized the other day I pre-ordered the Blu-ray by mistake. The 4K was only like $5 or $6 more, so I canceled that, pre-ordered the correct edition that I wanted, the 4K edition. Now, I only own one of two of these, and I own it on DVD. I've not seen either of them though, so these will both be first-time watches for me, but what better way to watch them than in this boutique release from Arrow Video, who frankly always does an awesome job with their releases. So super excited about this release. It looks just incredible. There are so many special features on this, but first we'll talk about the AV side. Both discs have, or both movies I should say, have Dolby Vision color grading plus HDR10, and both have Dolby Atmos audio tracks on them, plus the original mono audio tracks that was with the film originally. So really cool to see the new Atmos tracks, plus the original there for those purists out there. But on top of that, the special features on this are absurd. I cannot possibly run through all of them. Hopefully it's up on your screen now. You're kind of seeing a breakdown of everything. But there are new 4K restorations from the original negatives, multiple commentary tracks, 3 versions of Conan the Barbarian, which you guys know I've been all about recently, trying to track down different versions of films, and plenty of making of featurettes. Check out Arrow's website if you want to see everything, but it's insane. So this is a huge release, and it has a pretty hefty price tag on it, but for what you're getting, I'm not too terribly concerned about that. The 4K edition is currently $57.27 on Amazon, while the Blu-ray edition release is $51.34 on Amazon. So both of these are over $50, but like I said, mine's already pre-ordered. I cannot wait to grab this. I hope in the new year to be spending money on releases like this, more so than, I don't know, Dollar Tree releases or just kind of random disc replay DVDs, things like that. Like, I want my money to go to these nicer boutique releases more so than some of these smaller things. But don't worry, I'm still going to be buying those also. But I want to make more of a focus on these really cool boutique labels. So anyway, that is what's coming in this month at number one. The Conan Chronicles with Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. This comes out on January 30th on 4K from Arrow Video. Before we wrap things up, one thing I want to do in each of these videos this upcoming year is share with you guys what the cost would be if I ended up grabbing all of these, just because I find it interesting, I guess. And I feel like you guys do as well based on some previous comments. Honestly, I just forget almost every month to talk about this. So one of my goals is to kind of do the breakdown of these in every month so you guys know how much, if we actually bought these on release day with prices at new release pricing, how much are we actually spending on these? So this month is a little bit different because there's only 5 releases I'm talking about, and one of them doesn't currently have an Amazon price. So I'm going to use the Walmart price on that one because that's what I feel would be the website I would probably purchase from if I were to do it that way. So that said, if I were to buy all 5 of the releases I talked about today on release day or pre-ordered them right now, I would be spending before tax about $177.12. So if you've watched some of my other videos of these anticipated releases, especially the ones where I talked about the cost, you know this is about half of what I normally talk about. But I'm also only talking about 5 releases, where sometimes I talk 5, 10, 12 releases. It just depends on the month. But yeah, so at 100, let me do the math on this. I just thought about this. So at 177.12, if I have 5 different releases, you're talking an average price of about $35.42. So That's pretty hefty, and the reason that is kind of inflated a little bit is because of that Conan Chronicles set being almost $60 by itself. So yeah, I just wanted to add this in because I always forget about it, but I want you guys to have a visual on how much, if we don't hold off on any of these, which frankly I will, I always do, but if I didn't for whatever reason, how much money would I actually be spending this month? Well, it's about $178. All right, so those are the releases that I am most looking forward to here in the first month of the brand new year. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What are you looking forward to that's coming out in the month of January? Let me know what I forgot about down in the comments. Is there anything else that you think I might like that I didn't talk about? Let me know those and anything else you might want to talk about down there. I appreciate any and all support, so thank you so much for that. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this one, go and hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. So again, I want to wish you all a very happy new year. I hope 2024 is your best year yet. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all next time.